This is my first time in Hampton, and to know that this is the cradle of the civilization, American civilization. This should become the pilgrimage for all Americans. Our history and the future of our history only depends on how we honor and honestly tell the story of the past. As my mother used to say, if you walk out of this house and you don't know where you're going, at least remember where you come from.
Slavery existed and has existed for over, quite a bit of time, but what is the significance of 1619 specifically?
When we think of 1619 and the long array of history of slavery, freedom, 1619 is when the English really enter into the conversation around forced labor, indentured servitude, and what became the peculiar institution of slavery in the United States.
Let's go back to 1619. You've just come across the Atlantic, thousands and thousands of miles. This is a shoreline that welcomed people. This is a shoreline that received people, and this is a shoreline that repulsed people. This is a site of conflict, and the Tucker family legacy and connection to this landscape that goes far beyond any of us is going to be highlighted. This is an American sacred landscape.
Our ancestors, Isabella and Antony, were brought here on the White Lion in 1619. But the story really begins in Angola, when they were kidnapped from there, put on the San Juan Bautista, and trafficked and crossed the Atlantic to land here. And we have been here for over 400 years, 406 years.
So you're the direct descendant of the first enslaved Africans from Angola.
He is the 18th generation and I'm the 17th generation. And this is a map of the slave route from Angola to here. And so it gives us a historical background of that ship leaving Angola to the landing here on the White Lion. Isabella and Antony and some of the other Angolans on the San Juan Bautista were taken off. So they were kidnapped twice. So they were kidnapped from their homeland. Then in mid-water, they were kidnapped again twice, and before coming to Point Comfort. So this is one of the ways we go back to where the origin story is for our family in Angola.
And as the White Lion arrived at Point Comfort, which is where we're standing, in present-day Hampton at Fort Monroe, a decision was made to trade those captive Africans for victuals. And so that is the beginning of forced labor of Africans here in what was the Virginia colony and is today the Commonwealth of Virginia.
It's a place to see from generation to generation how our family have thrived and strived.
We're just trying to bring some level of, reconciliation and healing and remembrance to, and hopefully through remembrance, transcending remembrance can bring some level of healing.
Yes.
And I really feel connected.
Yes. Yes.
I feel like I'm meeting
Family?
family
Yes.
from Africa.
Yes. Two continents, one people, and a shared history.
For Project 1619 Incorporated, our mission is to make sure that the narrative is not only received, but also spoken correctly. And the narrative, of course, is being the landing of the first enslaved was here at Point Comfort. They were forced against their will and taken from their land, traveled across an ocean. Some of them did not even make it.
It is an amazing story, one that started many years ago through local people in our community who had an interest in, the history of Hampton. And they began to tell the story of the arrival of the first Africans here at Old Point Comfort. They created a weekend commemorating the events. And so we're so thankful for those who did that and, it led that early initiative to get us to where we are today, creating an African Landing Weekend, and one we hope that, the world will begin to look at and see that this is a place where everybody should make a pilgrimage to at one time in their life to learn about this special moment that occurred back in 1619.
So there's a need for acknowledging the people that came before us, that shed blood for us to exist, for me to stand where I'm standing now to talk about them. There's a tremendous need to bring about remembrance to these people. because you will not exist unless they have paved that and did what they did for you to be where you are.